knife attack on the Bollywood actor Saif Ali Khan, and nothing seems to be making sense anymore. Now, there are glaring inconsistencies that have come forward. There are questions that are unanswered, and these questions continue to increase. They mount by the moment, and the versions are not even adding up. So why is, this entire investigation headed this way is what a lot of people have been asking. Here at Times now, we've been trying to piece together crucial pieces of evidence in the case. Now, what we've been able to do is access some very, very critical documents which are a part of the probe. We've accessed details of the actor and Kareena's statements, and as we deep dive into the nitty-gritty of the entire case, what is again very, very clear is that there is definitely something that does not add up. First up, let's get you the latest update. Now, the arrested attacker's police custody has been extended by 5 days by a court in Mumbai. This means that he's going to remain in the police custody till the 29th of this month before being produced again in the court. The cops have argued so far that the investigation into some crucial aspects of the case are still pending. Let's get you details now on the grounds on which this remand extension was actually sought. Now, what the cops say here is that clothes of the accused have been recovered. They want to find out more about the shoes that he was wearing at that point. They also want to find out who really helped him stay here in the country. Why did he specifically target the actor Saif Ali Khan? How did he manage to escape when he was locked in Jay's room? Is there some kind of help that he was able to secure? Now, the cops have also claimed that the accused is constantly changing his statement. They need to interrogate him further to get to the bottom of the entire case. But the lawyer representing Shariful Islam, Sandeep, has actually also seconded the accuser's father's version. And what they say is what you've also heard a lot of chatter about, that the man that you see here on the CCTV, which is on the left of your screens, does that match with the accused who's been arrested? The father says, "This is not my son." There are a lot of other versions that have come forward in the entire story so far.
The police has come forward with the police custody of the accused. We have objected to the length. Already the investigation has been done regarding the weapon and everything. Everything has been done. It has been clearly stated in the court that the investigation related to the accused is over. Therefore, further police custody is not required. The investigation regarding the inquiry and the CDR and other things for which the accused custody is not required.
So that is a lawyer. Remember, the other next important layer of the character in the story is also the father. Now, we've also, in fact, we'll try to get him here on the show so that you can understand what he says. Now, he lives in Bangladesh, and he's actually said that the man that he's, actually looking at on those CCTV images is not his son. And his son is currently under arrest in connection with the entire case. Let's, in fact, get his father up on our screens, and he joins us right now. And सबसे पहले आपसे यही पूछते हैं कि क्या शरीफुल इस्लाम आपके बेटे हैं? आप ये बात मानते हैं?
हाँ, शरीफुल इस्लाम हमारे सेले
जी। और आप जब ये कहते हैं कि वो आपके बेटे हैं, अब एक सीसीटीवी फुटेज सर इस समय चल रहा है और बहुत लोग सवाल उठा रहे हैं कि जो सीसीटीवी में व्यक्ति दिख रहा है, क्या वही आपका बेटा है? अब आपने ये फुटेज देखा होगा सर, क्या आपको लगता है ये दो अलग अलग लोग हैं?
সিসিটিভিতে ফুটেজে দেখা যাচ্ছে সে আমার ছেলে নয়, কারণ আমার ছেলের মুখ ভারী এবং ওই ছেলের মুখ চাপা এবং চুল ঢাকানো। এই আমার ছেলে অত বড় চুল রাখে না, সে ওই ছোট করে চুল রাখে এবং উপরে ব্যাক ব্রাশ করে এবং উপরে চুল দাঁড়ানো থাকে। এই কারণে আমি বলছি সিসি ফুটেজে যে ছেলের দেখা যাচ্ছে সেই ছেলে আমার ছেলের ছবি নয়।
अच्छा, तो मैं दर्शकों के लिए बताती हूँ कि क्योंकि आप बंगाली में बोल रहे हैं, अब आप एसेंशियली कह रहे हैं कि वो सेम व्यक्ति नहीं है। अब ऐसे में आप क्या अपील करेंगे अथॉरिटीज को, क्या कहना चाहेंगे सर?
সে ওই ছোটবেলা থেকেই মাথার চুল দুই পাশে ছোট রেখে উপরেও ছোট ছিল এবং সে কোনো সময় ওই কপাল ঢেকে অত বড় চুল রাখেনি। কারণ আপনাদের ভারতবর্ষ বিশাল একটি রাষ্ট্র এবং মানুষের মতো মানুষকে সাথে সামান্য মিল থাকে, কারোর সাথে মিল থাকে না। তো এইটাই কিন্তু আমি সেই ওই চুল লম্বা দেখে আমি দেখছি যে না এই ছেলে আমার নয়।
जी ठीक है, आपने हमसे बात की उसके लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। तो one thing is very clear that the father of the accused here says that he does not believe that the man that you see on the CCTV footage and the man that has now been arrested in the entire case is the same person. And even as we get you a lot of those details, remember, let's also tell you more about where the investigation goes so far. What we can tell you is that the actor's statement has been recorded now by the Mumbai police just about last night. Now, he is the victim in the case. And for the very first time, it is where he's presented his account before the police on what really happened. So what has he actually told the cops? Let's also describe this, and we'll have a lot of those graphics up on your screens to help you understand that what is the actor's statement all about. And allow me to quote parts of what he says. He says, Kareena and I were in our bedroom. So he makes it very clear that Kareena and him, they were together in the room. We heard our nanny scream. Now, you would recall that there was this house help who also got injured, and she also has recorded her statement. So Saif is corroborating that bit of evidence, and he says that because we heard her crying for help, so both Kareena and I later, together we rushed to our son Jay's room. This is again something in corroboration to what the house help earlier has said. Then he goes on to also say that the nanny is usually someone who sleeps in Jay's room, and that is why she got awake when she realized that there is someone there. She thought it was an intruder, and that is why she raised an alarm. We saw a stranger, and when we reached, is what he says, that we saw someone we could not recognize. But there was a third person in the room, is again what the actor has told the Mumbai police, that is looking at the entire case. Then he goes on to say and tell the police that Jay was crying because he saw this stranger, and clearly there was, palpable anxiousness, palpable fear that possibly the family did experience. And he did say that everyone was scared when they saw the stranger, clearly worried about what is he doing here, who is he, why is he here in my son's bedroom. And this is where he says that I tried to overpower the intruder. Something, again, that you've seen the nanny also reiterating much the same, that, there was almost a scuffle kind of a situation. And the actor does say that I did try to overpower him. When I actually held him, he stabbed me many times. This is the actor again confirming this. He says the intruder stabbed me also on my back, my neck, and my wrist. He says he was badly injured. Then I loosened my grip. There was no theft in the house. So the police essentially has said that the idea, the motive was a burglary. But then both Kareena and Saif have essentially said that nothing from their house is missing. So what really happened again, I think the police will have to connect the dots. And because we've also been able to access details of the wife, Kareena Kapoor's statement here, let's put that out also. And then you will understand why we believe that there are many questions also around Kareena when it comes to the entire case. We also have a colleague, Sagarika, who's joining us, and she'll tell us more about what Kareena has said, Sagarika, and do the two versions match? Why do we still believe that there are unanswered questions?
Yes, so Deepthi, we've accessed some parts of Kareena's statement to the Mumbai police, and this statement also comes at a time when you just told our viewers about what Saif told the cops. Now, what did Kareena say? She says that she was in the 12th floor apartment, and then she goes on to say she came down to the 11th floor at night, and that's when she came down, she saw an aggressive attacker over there. Now let's match it with what Saif Ali Khan said. Then Kareena goes on to say that the attacker whom she saw was constantly stabbing Saif, and because of which she was petrified looking at the scenes that emerged in their house that day. And then she also said that the attacker did not steal anything from our home. So remember, Deepthi, why are these questions being asked? What are many people asking? When Saif Ali Khan was attacked so brutally that night, why didn't Kareena Kapoor accompany him to the hospital? We just did a timeline match. Kareena Kapoor reaches the hospital next day somewhere at around 1 in the afternoon. Now that's why many are asking, how is it possible that here Saif Ali Khan goes to the hospital in an auto holding the hand of his child? Then there is now questions over who was with him in that auto. Was that also his friend Zaidi, or was there someone else? Because as per multiple reports, this person whose name has now come out, he's gone on to say that he was called by the Pataudi family. He didn't go in the auto. He reached the hospital at around 4. to help the family with formalities. Then the family starts coming in. Amongst the first visitors was also not the family member Deepti. That day the first visitor was filmmaker Siddharth Anand. After that, Kareena Kapoor came in, who left in about 45 to 50 minutes, after which Saif's children, Sarah and Ibrahim came in. After Sarah and Ibrahim, it was Soha and Kunal Khemu, his sister and brother-in-law. And late in the night at around 9, it was Sharmila Tagore. So just imagine. That is why many are asking what exactly happened in those hours. And this is what Kareena's statement goes on to say. And you read out Saif's statement, and it's only for our audiences now to understand what happened. Now let me take you through another detail. Like Leeravati Hospital is just about 2 kilometers away from Sadhguru Sharan building, which is in Bandra. The time was, let's assume it's wee hours of the morning. There was no traffic. Yes, Saif Ali Khan had to take an auto. Even if he took an auto, it wouldn't have taken him more than 7 to 10 minutes. But if we just go by the timeline mentioned on the medical record, that's a medical record you'll be showing our viewers now, Deepti. On that medical record, the time of hospitalization is mentioned as 4:11. As for all statements given by the hospital, by the house help in their FIRs, it was said that Saif was attacked anywhere between 2 o'clock to 2:30. So let's assume it's 2:30. He is attacked at 2:30. The hospitalization time in the medical record says 4:11 a.m. What? It was a delay of about 101 minutes, Deepti. What exactly happened in those 101 minutes? How could it take Saif Ali Khan so much time between 2 to 4 to reach the hospital? And if that is the case, why did the doctor since day one say that he came in between 2 o'clock to 2:30? How is it that the house help, whose statement has become the fulcrum of the investigation, which has been converted to an FIR, how did that statement go on to say this? This is the medical report that we are talking about, Deepti. The medical report which has mentioned the timeline. Now this is a medical report that has further added to more twists. One, why? Because it mentions the person Afsar Zaidi, whose name we did not even know till yesterday when it comes to this very case. Who is Afsar Zaidi? Afsar Zaidi is Saif Ali Khan's friend and also his business partner in his venture called House of Pataudi. Now please look at what is written here. It's written he was brought to the hospital by Afsar Zaidi. What is the relation? He is a friend. Now let's look at the time. The date of admission is 16th January 2025, and the time mentioned again becomes very critical, exactly what we were talking about. The time mentioned is 4:11, and this is the first medico-legal case that the reporting of the medico-legal case that has been given to the Mumbai police. This also is a part of the investigation now. So Afsar Zaidi, the friend, goes there, and then and then the timing mentioned here is 4:11. Deepti, we spoke to Afsar Zaidi. Rakesh Trivedi, he spoke to Afsar Zaidi. He asked him a particular question. Afsar, did you take Saif Ali Khan to the hospital? And to your surprise, to everyone's surprise, he says no. So who was the other person in the auto if it was not Afsar Zaidi? Let's listen into that conversation.
Am I speaking to Mr. Afsar Zaidi?
Who is this, please?
Yeah, I'm Rakesh Trivedi from Times Now Bharat.
Sir, you should actually message. I got really worried. You've been calling me incessantly.
No, sir. This is just the first call that I called. I had some queries regarding the hospital visit. I just want to confirm, is that you who had taken Saif in the auto?
No, sir. It wasn't me.
But you were there in the hospital as per the medical report?
Sir, I'm not in a position to say anything. I respect you calling me, but you respect me saying I don't want to speak.
Okay, but sir, is this possible that I can send you an email or message with few questions which you can revert, sir?
No, sir. The family and their team will connect.
But sir, सवाल ये है कि आप वहाँ कैसे पहुँचे, ये सब लोग जानना चाहते हैं सर.
Thank you very much for your concern and everyone asking. I don't have a response, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, so nothing much forthcoming from Afsar Zaidi also, Sagarika, but like you said, there are just more unanswered questions that continue to pile up. For the moment, thank you for taking us through, that entire sequence of events and that time frame to help us understand where the story stands. Now, let's take this ahead on the investigation angle with both Atul and Arunil who are joining us. Arunil, first to you. Now, considering that there are only more questions, there are different conflicting versions. There are people who don't want to speak much. The father says that, listen, the man that you see in the CCTV is clearly not my son. Why have you arrested him? Does the Mumbai police want to respond to any of those questions?
Well, that is right. Basically, the defense lawyer, Sandeep Shirkane. Now, interestingly, there are two lawyers representing the accused as well. Sandeep Shirkane is the lawyer of the accused, who claims that he has produced a private agency report in the court. And according to him, the private agency report says that the person who has been arrested and the person who was shown in the CCTV, both are different. Some jawline is different, hairstyle is different, as well as eye line is also different. Now, these are the claims of the defense lawyer.
Okay, Arunil, apologies. I'm just interrupting you here.